Okay, so we're going to go over the hip and thigh region, starting with this guy over here. It's the tensor fascia latae. Tensor fascia latae. And we have the quadriceps, like the name implies, made up of 4 different muscles. Over here we have the rectus femoris. Rectus femoris, and lateral to the rectus femoris we have the vastus lateralis, which is right here. And medial to the rectus femoris we have the vastus medialis. And if we were to cut the rectus femoris muscle and flip it over, underneath it you'll find the vastus intermedius. So the 4 muscles again that make up the quadriceps are the rectus femoris, vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, and underneath the rectus femoris will be the vastus intermedius. This muscle here and this muscle here, they make up the sartorius muscles, sartorius. And what you can't really see here in the inner thigh region, this is called the gracilis. That runs right here, vertically. And this muscle here and this muscle there, they're called the adductor longus. So when you do inner thigh lifts, you're working these muscles, adductor longus. Once we turn to the posterior view, you'll be able to see the adductor magnus, which is just behind these. You can't see it from this side. We'll turn it right now. Okay. Make sure. Let's. Okay. Zoom. Okay. So we have the posterior view of our model, and as we mentioned, there was the adductor longus in the anterior view, and the adductor magnus is this guy right here. This is the adductor magnus. And this is the gluteus maximus, and the gluteus medius, you can't see it here, but if I pop this guy open, it'll be running vertically just underneath the maximus. So you'll find the gluteus medius underneath it. And we'll go over the hamstrings, which are made up of 3 muscles. We'll look at this side, it's clearer. Over here is the biceps femoris. Biceps femoris. It originates from the ischial tuberosity and the femur, and once we go over the bone anatomy, you'll get familiar with where they are. And it actually inserts at the head of the fibula. So this again is called the biceps femoris. And we have this muscle here, which is called the semitendinosus, and originates from the ischial tuberosity and inserts at the medial surface of the tibia. So this again is the semitendinosus. So for now, just remember what the muscles are called, and once you're familiar with the muscles, their relative locations, then you could go back and learn the origin and insertion for each. So again, this is the semitendinosus, and semimembranosus lies underneath it, and you could kind of see a little bit hugging the tendinosus, which are the membranosus. And to me, it sounds like, like a plasma membrane that, envelops the organelles of a cell. Tendinosus is the contents of the cell, and this is the membrane that kind of envelops the tendinosus. I don't know, that's how I remember it. So semitendinosus and semimembranosus. And those 3 muscles, again, biceps femoris, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, together make up the hamstrings. Okay, so looking at the calf muscles, we have this big guy, which is called the gastrocnemius. And if you break that word apart, it sounds to me like a truck that carries gas, gastrocnemius. And then we have what is called the soleus, which is this guy over here. Soleus is just behind the gastrocnemius. And over here, this is the fibularis longus. Fibularis longus. And someone wants to come in, so I'm going to wrap this up real quick. So fibularis longus is right here.